Broadcast Center in Los Angeles. This is KCAL 9 News at 9.
I woke up this morning with an alert saying you must evacuate.
Hopefully we don't get any more rain, so we're kind of a little worried about it.
Everything's by the door. It only takes a couple of seconds to grab a couple of bags and we're out of here.
Well, more rain is on the way. We are on alert tonight. We're on storm watch as millions of people get soaked across the Southland. Some people are even being forced from their homes tonight. This is just the latest in a string of storms this week. We have live team coverage straight ahead on KCAL 9 News at 9. But we start with breaking news. Evacuation orders have just been issued for the Woolsey Fire burn area. Now, these go into effect tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Specific properties in the following areas will receive door knock notifications tomorrow. And they include Corral Canyon, El Nido, Escondido, Old Chimney, Escondido Drive, Latigo Canyon, Malibu West, Trancas Canyon, Malibu Lake, all of Ramirez Canyon Road and adjacent areas as well. Paradise Cove, Mobile Home Cove, and restaurant as well. Hello, everybody. I'm Juan Fernandez. Sharon Tay has the night off. Here now, a live look at the LAX, downtown LA, Long Beach, and Santa Monica areas. All areas right now getting dumped on by rain today. And here's what radar looks like right now. It looks pretty clear for now, but there's a lot more headed our way and lots of problems to deal with as the storm left a rainy and snowy mark as it blasted through. We have live Storm Watch team coverage for you tonight. We're going to check in with Chris Holmstrom and Crystal Cruz in just a moment. But first, let's get straight to meteorologist Evelyn Taft. Ev?
Juan, as we get a look at radar right now, you'll see a few leftover showers, but we are really in the calm before the next storm hits tomorrow. As you mentioned, those flash flood watches go up at 8 a.m. and those evacuations as well. We're expecting quite a bit of rain. The last model run showing us possibly up to 4-5 inches in the burn areas once everything is said and done. So really, that's 4 or 5 inches once everything is said and done. So that is really what we are looking into over the next couple of days. We've got flash flood watches. We also have winter storm advisories and warnings in place as well. A few leftover showers tonight over Wrightwood, Lake Arrowhead, Big Bear, showers through most of the IE, but again, getting drier before we get very wet all over again. I'll have your forecast for the rest of the week coming up, but for now, back to you.
All right, Evelyn, thank you. We're getting an up-close glimpse of the problems this rain is causing. Our live Team Watch coverage continues with KCAL 9's Crystal Cruz in Encino, where homeowners are monitoring some dangerous debris. Crystal? All right, Crystal's not there yet. Meantime, in the Inland Empire, mandatory evacuations are posted tonight from Glen Ivy all the way to Lake Elsinore. Everyone is keeping an anxious eye on the sky, especially in the Holy Fire burn scar area. This was the Ashfield runoff in Lake Elsinore last month, and not everyone is evacuating. Many who live in the fire-scarred area have faced a handful of evacuation orders recently, so that's the reason why some are staying put for now.
I don't foresee any damage. I don't foresee any trouble. You know, you've seen the barriers they have up here. You could hold back a sea.
Well, PCH is back open after this muddy mess. Caltrans reopened it from West Broad Beach and Trancas Canyon Road just a few hours ago. Mudslides forced it to be shut down for a while. Well, there's a snowy side to this mess. We continue our live team coverage with KCAL 9's Chris Holmstrom. He's live in the Grapevine, which has reopened tonight after snow forced it to be shut down for hours. Chris?
Yeah, Juan, I think mess is an understatement. Crews, they're still out there cleaning out the roads, clearing the roads. But I want to show you something. Earlier today, there was a lot of snow. Well, now it's starting to rain. It's about 36 degrees. As you can see, that snow quickly turning into slush.
This was the scene up and down the Grapevine.
My tires wouldn't catch, so my brakes wouldn't let me stop. So I just veered over here and got stuck in the ditch right there in that mud pile.
Darion Carroll was driving from Bakersfield to LA when the winter storm hit.
Like at first I was like, oh, it's snowing, but then when I got close, I said, oh, it's snowing. So it really like kind of spooked me a little bit.
The storm covered Interstate 5 with snow and ice. Many vehicles stuck or stranded. The mess forced Caltrans and CHP to close the 5, both north and southbound in the Grapevine.
Oh, just sitting there going, what the hell? I was told it was clear.
There was a long traffic here, like maybe more than an hour, I think.
It was about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, we had to take another road.
Caltrans crews plowed the interstate, clearing off as much snow and ice as possible. After hours of being closed, a sigh of relief for drivers. And for people like Darion, a lesson learned.
You gotta be prepared to drive on this type of weather. If you're gonna drive, but I ain't gonna do it again.
All right, so you got to have a little bit of fun with the snow. You can see this mother and daughter having a snowball fight. Too much fun over there. But again, the 5 northbound and southbound from the Grapevine is back open. But as we've been telling you, as Evelyn has been telling you all day, there is another storm expected to hit in this area. So if you have to drive, just be cautious and expect closures if possible. Reporting live from the Grapevine, I'm Chris Holmstrom, KCAL 9 News.
Yeah, we need to prepare for it, Chris. Thanks. Now, we are getting an up-close glimpse of the problems this rain is causing already. Our live team coverage continues with KCAL 9's Crystal Cruz in Encino, where homeowners are monitoring some dangerous debris flows there. Crystal?
Hi, Juan. Yeah, they are doing that right now. They're also checking the skies to make sure, keep an eye on things out here, because right now you can see not a lot of rain, but let's get you to that video, incredible video of this home from just a few minutes ago. Just take a look at this home in Encino, taken out by a debris flow. You can see the mud and a love seat and some broken trees in front of the home. It's almost like the mud just bashed through the front of the house. Now, this is the main home on the property. It has been yellow tagged, and people living there are staying somewhere else tonight. Now, there's also a guest home on the property, and that was red tagged because the storm moved it off of its foundation. Firefighters and geologists are now on the property taking a look at the hillside and say 12 homes could be in danger of sliding off their foundations. Now, the final determination will be made within the next hour if indeed these owners or the occupants of these 12 homes need to evacuate, because the situation could be pretty bad up there. I'll send it back to you, Juan.
Problem out there. All right, Crystal, thank you. And you can track the rain as it heads into your neighborhood with our weather app. It's free for Apple and Android users. All you have to do is download it. And there's even more information at kcal9.com/weather. On-demand weather briefs, updated videos from our weather people all day long, and our comprehensive weather page has animated radar, local forecasts for your zip code, videos, and a whole lot more. Well, our other big story tonight, a federal probe into possible corruption at LA City Hall. KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan is live in downtown with a look at what's sparking the investigation. Dave?
Hey, Juan, good evening. You know, it's no secret, of course, that big real estate development deals in L.A. are big money, right? We all know about that. But now it appears that the FBI is now looking into whether some of these deals, which have to be approved by city officials, are being handled in a legal fashion. This raid on the office of City Councilman Jose Huizar last November now appears to have been one small piece of a much more expansive federal investigation into possible City Hall deal-making with some Chinese real estate development firms. In fact, an FBI spokesman indicated at the time that there was more to it.
The FBI simultaneously is executing additional warrants in the LA area. Unfortunately, because the warrant is sealed, I cannot comment on the nature of the warrant or the target of the warrant.
But now, as the LA Times first reported, the contents of the warrants were discovered and revealed by a professor from George Washington University. It names as targets records from not only Councilman Huizar, but also records from Councilman Curran Price and from current and former aides to Council President Herb Wesson and Mayor Garcetti. It appears the feds are looking into whether illegal bribes or deals of some sort were consummated between the city and the Chinese development firms, including massive expansion projects at several hotels along South Figueroa Street, like the LA Grand Hotel in downtown LA and the Lux City Center Hotel across from LA Live. Mayor Garcetti, who is now contemplating making a run for president, said he welcomes the investigation.
I'm not responsible for 100% of everybody's actions in this building, other elected officials and stuff, but I do take my responsibilities seriously, and I do expect every city employee to participate fully and to cooperate fully with the FBI. and we certainly will get to the bottom of it inside this building. It's my expectation that the U.S. Attorney's Office and FBI should, and I have a zero tolerance, absolute zero tolerance for any malfeasance or anything wrong that happened here.
But it's important to remember that a warrant is often a starting point and not necessarily an indicator of what the FBI actually found as a result of the raids.
It does mean that the prosecutors have said to a judge, we think there's probable cause here. And so it may be that nobody's ever arrested. It may be that there are no convictions. I think the story feeds into the idea that politics, not just in LA, but in many places, is a pay-to-play situation. And where are the stakes arguably the highest, particularly in LA, it's for big development.
And it looks like potentially they're spreading out this FBI corruption investigation into pay-to-play, taking bribes, extortion.
Jill Stewart is the executive director of the Coalition to Preserve LA. She says backroom wheeling and dealing with developers has been standard procedure at City Hall for many years.
Secrecy breeds corruption, and big money sloshing around. Mix that together with the secrecy issue, and you've got a big piece of baked bread. I mean, we are talking about potentially really big problems because there's too much. It's just too tempting for people, even if they're powerful, to take a lot of money and then look the other way.
Now, so far, there's no timetable that we know of for this investigation, and I think it's important once again to point out that the fact of the matter is there may never be any charges or any allegations or any misdoing involved here. Juan, back to you.
All right, Dave, thanks so much. Day one of the LAUSD teacher strike is now in the books. Tens of thousands of LA teachers walked off the job today after 2 years of failed negotiations over bigger pay and smaller class sizes. 31,000 teachers went on strike today. The rain didn't stop striking teachers and supporters from coming to a massive rally at Grand Park in downtown LA. Schools were still open, but many students opted to stay home. The last time teachers went on strike was in 1989, and that lasted 9 days. Today, Governor Newsom urged both sides to get back to the negotiating table to end this strike. We'll have continuing coverage of the LAUSD teacher strike. And remember, you can check our website, KCAL9.com, for updates anytime. Plus, we'll have more coming up live on KCAL 9 News at 10. Breaking news out of Washington as the future of a controversial congressman hangs in limbo tonight. The latest developments are just minutes away. And going nowhere fast, bustling airport slow to a crawl because of the shutdown. We're breaking down the other impacts that could be felt. Look at that, and flipping out, the flawless floor routine from one Bruin that's going viral tonight. We'll be right back.
California